Hello everybody, Vicky here. I've been talking about my big project that I've been working on, and I was wanting to get it out pretty soon. I'm getting there, but I've decided that because it's already the 9th, excuse me, sorry, I haven't been talking, so the throat gets a little bit funny. Um, I've been talking about a project that I think that would make a really, really lovely Christmas gift. So I thought, well, we're into the 8th or the 9th or something of November, and I need to show you these will be done, ready, but I just thought maybe you'd like to see them. So it all started with a planner, and I believe it was given to me with the thoughts of December Daily. Now, I can't ever see that happening. I don't do a lot of Christmas stuff, and committing to a December daily, well, it just makes my head ache. You know what I'm like. So, what I've done is I've taken the main part of it, which is the frame that creates the page. Now, I have gone through and I've done this, and I have had lots of footage on it, and it's gone, and that's fine because I'm still doing them, so I can still show you. So basically what I can show you is with a pocket. This has been, you can see where this has been folded up, so that sits there like that, and then this bit that's been folded up is this bit here. So it's all pretty easy. And then obviously when you fold it up, these dots go to there, and then I've chosen to put them on the back, but if you wanted to make a little bit more room, you could turn these tabs here into a little gusset and do them on the inside. But I thought because there's so much storage in these little beauties that I wouldn't worry about it. I'd do it the safer way where it wouldn't get torn. So in each little binder that I've done, and I've used a Kaiser Craft ink and pen, and I have got 10. Trust me, there's 10. And the horrendous thing that I have done to myself is Graham's starting to monitor me, and he's teaching me the concept of counting and what's realistic and what's crazy. Well, he's not really, but I don't think it's far off. So I've got 10 of these pockets, and then what I've done is I've asked Graham, so see here, this is a really, really thick board, and I've got nothing that I could cut it on, so I got him to cut a board a little bit bigger than what these are, and then I've just covered them front and back, and then you can see that when we put this in, our little envelopes have got a little space around them. Now I know everybody hasn't got a Graham with a laser cutter, but we might be able to do something about that. Talk to me about it. I do need to be careful with copyright, okay, because this is somebody's work, intellectual work, and it's Elizabeth Craft Designs if you're interested in getting this. And it says 1805 Planner Essentials number 30 wave pocket. So that is Elizabeth Crafts, and www.elizabethcraftdesigns, all one word, all lowercase, .com. Yeah, that's it. So hopefully if you want it, that will be of help to you. So nonetheless, I've got, so we get our 10 together, and I've decided to use ring bounders. Some have got silver on them, some of this coffee colour, not coffee, what do you call that, brass, I guess, dark. And then I've got a little hook there that we'll put some dangles on. So the main thing you've got to remember is front and back. You've got to reverse your front and your back. So that's my front there. So if I keep that all nice and straight. I didn't think it would matter that you don't see me cut these out. All it is a matter of just going through and cutting how many you want on the die cut machine. That's it. That's all it is that you've missed out on. And me folding over. Now, one little thing that I didn't mention, pen and ink is actually one-sided. Now, because for this, I didn't like the white. It just didn't. It looked unfinished. So what I've done is, I've cut a piece of coffee dyed paper, but when I put it through the die, I only had it going down to this line here, because this is folded up and you don't need this. Just give me a second. I didn't quite find what I was looking for, but that's okay. It reminded me of something else. So you just cut that length down, so you just have a piece of paper left over. Cut this is this size, so even though that's not the calico, you can see that you just have that left, and then that just sits along just above the crease line there, and you fold it up, and it's as you can see, if you look down there, it's white. Now the other thing that you need to be careful of with it, I'm sure you all are very well aware of this, but me and my lack of direction, etc., etc., you've got to be careful to orientate it properly if you want it to go all the way. So I want all my pages to open to that and then turn into that. If you don't keep putting it on the same way, you're going to end up with it back to front, which I did there with that one, and it just happened to be a really pretty one that I did it with. So I will come up with an idea on what to do with them. So if you start off and you put this down on the cutting plate to start with, figure out whether you want your pocket first or the front of it first. If you start that way, you have to finish that way. It has to go all that way, unless you don't mind them being like one going this way and then turning it over, and this being like that, and you have two pockets there together. That could actually work really well. You could have pairs. So the whole idea is for it to have ephemera in it. So that might actually suit you really well. So then you'd come to these two where you'd have those two plain, and then you'd turn the page and you'd have this again. If that's what you're looking for, fantastic. But me at the time, I was looking to have them all orientated the same way. So it just be mindful of that. If you put it down like that on the first one, and then you flip it and do it that way, you will have opposites all the way through, which isn't a big deal if that is what you want, or if it's not something that's going to bother you. So I've got a stack of 10 here, and then line the 10 up together, and then line the back. I found this the easiest way. Line the back page up, and then put the front page on, because that, believe it or not, that little bit of difference in the middle bit, it throws it out to get them all lined up. Now the reason why I line them all up is because I'm lazy, and well, I'm not lazy, that's not true. Just if you've got to thread them through one. Now this is the one that's got our little book on it that we're going to put a tassel and some dangles of some sort, and then just these are split rings. So if you hang on to it and do it all the way through, I suggest that where you can, with one hand, shut those, because it will move about a little bit, and if you try and get them all in with the split rings open and go through and close them at the end, it just goes everywhere. help if you are having trouble with it, is do the top one and then go to the bottom. Do the top and then do these two first if you're having a little bit of trouble. So then we have our little folder. So that's the quick bit. Okay, so now I'm thinking that I will probably put a pocket in here, and I will use this to cut the pocket so that I can line the 3 holes up, and the pocket will go all the way to the edge, so we don't have to cut it off there. But I don't know at the moment. There is a lot of work. So what I'm doing now is that's the bones of our ephemera holder, and I just think they are the bee's knees. I really honestly do. I will be keeping a couple for myself, and I will be putting ephemera in there to store. It'd be like a little grab and go type of thing, and get a little piece of release paper, which I can add a little bit in each one. I'll put a little tag or something, one in each one. I can put some release from the heat and bombs that I use, and you can put your stickers on there, and then you can peel them off and re-stick them onto what you want, so that you don't have to take stickers with you if you don't want to. But of course you've got room there to do it. So it's not only a good little grab and go idea, it's great to have these and have, like, you could have what do you call them, references. You see something that you like, you can make another one and pop it in here. It's got, look, you're only limited by your imagination. Now in this, I only put a piece of paper over there so my arm wouldn't stick to it. So in here you also get 3 tags. So there's 3 different tags. That I think maybe goes with that, which makes make every day, cherish every day. Cherish every day. So that goes with that. And then you've got your 3 little reinforcers there that go over onto those tags. There's a little star, there's the word this, and I think this is a little thought bubble type of affair. So this is what I've turned this die cut into. Now, did I mention to you that I might have 10 of them? So that's 100 of these. This one I've got because I couldn't count. All I did, I had 11 instead of 10, but because I am selling these, I wanted them all to be exactly the same. So that one I might end up putting in because I just don't know what I'll do with it anyway. And with this die cut, you do get a lot of scraps, which means that you've got plenty to make some ephemera and bits and pieces and bits and bobs and what have you. And out of the strips, I've already started. So when you cut these out, you end up getting strips. So from here to here, and then along here you get a strip of waste. So me being me, I've gone through and I've just glued all the different stripes onto there. I've backed it with what could well be coffee dyed envelopes. I've sewn around it, I've put a little eyelet in it. I will more than likely put some fibre in there, and that's just out of the strips that come from there. So pretty much everything that comes with this, with the cutting of it and the using it. And these are all papers that I've cut, like the uneven bits off it. So I've gone through and I've squared them all up. So they're also, so there's a lot of paper that you get left over that you can use for that are useful sizes. And sometimes we get lots of bits left over and they're not usable. So those there, I would say came from these pieces here, or something similar. So I've just squared it off and cut it in half. Or some of them I think I've just squared it all and left it as a piece. So like it's all good. It's all good. Now, having said that, I have 10 of these to decorate. So I was telling you about your strips that you get left over. Probably don't need to keep all of them, if the truth be told. Like you can see how many tags I've got there. 1, 2, 4, 6. Right, there's about 12 tags there. And look at this. It just goes on forever. That's all these. That is just the strips that come off here. Be a bit careful about how much you think you're going to keep. I'm hoping that when I get through with this, I will be able to throw what I don't use out of those strips I'm talking about. So having said all that, given you all the news, so that is 1 of 10. The one that I'm working on at the moment is I thought this one I would make suitable for a man. So it's got the 10 pages in it, and this is what I'm talking about. Each of these leaves will come decorated. So that's just a little tag. That I think that's the first one. I've put a little tag in the front there like that, but it just seemed to go. So I had this some really cool paper, and I just so much of it. I don't know why my head snapped. So this is the back of it, but I'm actually using this a lot for this in here, for that colour. I'm ashamed to waste a lot of that, but I'm not using it. I've had it for a few years now, so I'm using it as a contrast that goes behind one of these toppers. They actually came out of paper, so all of these sorts of things are on the back side, just not that one. So I've got all different. So this one there, for instance, is that will go on the front, and then I'll put a tag out the top of it, and that will be the next one. So just try and make them a little bit difficult. I am up to this is number 7 of 10, so chugging along quite nicely. So I thought it was time to bring you all along for the ride. So now you know, I think, let me check my little book. I said I had 3 big projects on the go. So I've started the one basket at a time, basket 2, which probably should have waited a bit for that. We are creating hope, which is, I think, the most important one of them, and the ring bound binders. I have some more envelopes that need tags to go in them. Not quite sure where they are now, and I'm in sort of like collecting of a piece of a slow stitching journal cover. Don't like to have nothing to do, obviously. So the reason why I've brought you on board with this now, instead of just going ta-da when I was finished and put them all up then, I would like your company for the last 3. So you see, these are silver split rings. It was because it was quite different. It was quite difficult for me to get the split rings, so I had to take what I could get. But I think the silver looks quite nice anyway. So that is introducing our 3rd big project on the go. So thank you for watching. It's only a quick little video today. Like I said, an introduction, and then from here on we'll go in and we will start doing the rest of the decorations together. And if I can, I want to put at least a tag or a journaling card in each pocket. And now I thought of it, if I can find it, I think a bit of the release paper, for no other reason than if you want to do just put put a few little stickers in there. You don't have to bulk out and also to cut round. Everything will be just in here to go. So welcome to our third big adventure together. I hope you can come along and enjoy the ride. If you want to make something like this with me, I don't know if I should say this since this is a copyright, but what you could do is you could just make a book, put some rings in it, and do whatever you want to do with the top of it, and fold it back up for a pocket. Or you can, at the end of us doing these last three, these books will be for sale, and you could just get one of those. But you can play along with me. But if you don't want to play along with me making one of these, when you see the video come up, grab your stuff, put me on, and we shall craft and create together. That way, we've spent time with another person, and it opens us up to be kinder to people when we run into them, like just casual sort of hello, how are you type. So take care, please be kind to you, and be kind to the person standing next to you. We'll see you next time. Bye.